We're here today with Minral Desai, CEO, co-founder of Addappt. Hello and welcome to TechCrunch.
Hi Alex, thanks for having me.
Yes, you now just had a really big release on Android.
That's right.
So why did you pick Android and why now?
Well, one was, we're a very small business. We have my co-founder George, and we recently added Carlos Brito to our team. And it's a small business which needs to get things to the market faster. And with the iPhone, as we know, there aren't a lot of form factors. So it's just easier for us to get something off the ground with the iPhone. The Android was going to be far more form factors, far more operating systems, et cetera, and we wanted to get it right.
Sure.
And so we made sure we did it the right way as in collaboration with our iPhone.
So Addappt has been recently picking up some media interest. You've been on Gizmodo, Laptop Mad, TechCrunch, The Next Web. For those people who are still not quite familiar with Addappt, what do you guys do?
We're basically an address book. It's a free address book app where we say your friends maintain their own information in it privately, which means, let's say I move from California to Massachusetts tomorrow.
Sure.
I just update my information in my phone in the app, and it'll update it automatically in yours privately.
So do all my friends have to use it, or can I use Addappt even if only a few of my contacts are currently on the system?
If you want that functionality, yes, your friends would need to use Addappt, but we also provide additional functionality in the app where you would be able to leverage those features without having your friends using it too.
How does that work?
So we basically are a replacement for your native address book. We do better things and enhancements. Like for example, on the iPhone version, we allow you to create groups. You can't on the native address book on the iPhone. We allow you to send a group email or a group text. We allow you to attach a lot of photos to your email, which you can't on your native address book. And you don't need your friends to be using it for all this functionality.
Okay, so it's a good experience for a single user, but it becomes much better when more people in your contact list are using it.
Yes, that's the secret power of Addappt, and that's what we're trying to do, is enable people to have a smarter address book when they do have smartphones. Why is the address book still so dumb?
Because Steve Jobs said so, I believe, is the correct answer to that. So where are you seeing strongest adoption of Addappt? I checked your charts, and you do have pickup kind of around the world. What's your best market?
So, for a small business, we are very proud of the fact that we have localized our product in multiple languages. So we are available in Portuguese. That's thanks to most of my team. I call it the Portuguese Mafia. It's available in Brazilian Portuguese, it's available in Spanish, and just with this Android launch, we also made it available in simplified Chinese.
And that's for both the Android and iOS versions, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're going to add a few more languages here very quickly. So we're seeing a lot in the US, we're seeing a lot in Spain, and we're starting to see real big pickup in the Chinese market as well.
So how are you driving growth inside the application? You guys have been out for a while, and you're still a relatively modest platform. So are you trying to now work to grow your audience more quickly?
Yes, but at the end of the day, the best growth is the organic growth. So yes, there are certain tools that we will provide. And with this launch, it's the first time we've actually made it easy for you to invite your friends to use Addappt.
And you waited so long to do that, why?
Because initially, we always ask ourselves, do we want to send an email to our entire address book when we don't know who's using an iPhone or an Android? And we said, no, we would not do it.
So you're not Path, essentially.
Well, we are not crazy about treating our users the way some other companies do. So we are very particular about not storing the address book.
That's very political. Nice dodge.
We don't want to store, we don't store address books of our users on our servers, for example.
So it's only local storage of that data?
Correct.
Unless it's
the only thing we do store is the me that you create for yourself that you maintain in my address book.
Sure.
That's the only piece of information that is stored on our server because that allows us to promote and give the service to everybody else.
Like to propagate that information out to all the
Correct.
users.
So we've actually been very conservative because one of the core values we live by is that we want to treat our users the way we want to be treated. And so if somebody says, hey, delete my account, we delete it right away.
So when you released on Android, what was it, about a week ago?
Yes, just on the 20th.
Did you see a broader adoption on the iOS platform when you released for Android?
We did.
Okay. How much was that pickup?
It's actually this launch that we just had has been for ourselves personally a record for all the releases we've had so far. And we've had some big launches in the past. But this one has just completely blown us away. And we are obviously humbled and excited. We are very small.
Are you hashtag humbled and hashtag blessed perhaps? All right, now in this current market, there's a lot of money bouncing around and a lot of people are vying for quick and rapid growth. So you guys having not raised capital is something of an anomaly. Do you see yourself raising outside money in the next 12 to 18 months?
It's possible, it's absolutely
Define possible. Is it probable?
It's probable. It's probable. But we're not curtailing our growth at all. So we just hired, Carlos joined us 6 months ago from Microsoft. He was the principal lead there, which is incredible. He left a huge salary to join us. So we are paying salaries to our team, and we're planning to potentially add one more person here very shortly. But we want to make sure that we've got the chemistry right. We're very focused on the people we work with. And once we have those things right and we've got the direction right, then we want to go ahead and maybe accelerate those things.
Okay, last question then. In, let's say, 1 year from today, how big is the Addappt user base?
Wow. That's really hard to predict. We hope at least in a few millions.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot, Alex.